Hi, I'm Phil from Driftworks, this is my buddy Jay, and welcome to 2022.
You're a bit late to the party.
I know he's been doing a few videos, but yeah, I've been a bit lame with it. So first of all, apologies. As I've said to you before, I'm not really a YouTuber. I know it sounds really stupid when you're watching a video of me on YouTube, but yeah, I kind of only do YouTube when I've got time or when I enjoy it. And sometimes other stuff gets in the way, like real business. Do actually run a large business with many employees and many responsibilities with a hell of a lot going on. So that's part of why I've not been about. And also, I've explained before, my little one, she's 1.5, nearly 2 years old now, so she takes up quite a lot of my time and I enjoy spending time with her. Who would have thought, eh? Plenty has been going on in the workshop. We've just not been filming because the other reason is when you film stuff, it takes a lot longer to do. And sometimes we just need to get on with things. This year, there's lots of plans to use a lot of the cars, more than we did last year. And the usual amount of improvements and great ideas. When you just go to fix something, you come up with 10 other things that you want to do and you think, why not? I'll just do them now.
And now it's nearly March.
And now it's, oh my God. Really. So yeah, walk around, daily driver, 992, genuinely is my daily driver. I just cannot get enough of this car. Still pretty unmodified. Got the baby seat in here. That's obviously the most important thing.
Is that modification? Does that fit?
That just fits, yeah. No, it's not ISOFIX, yeah. So yeah, this, I've done nothing to it. I've still got plans to put some shims in the lower arms on this, but I need to work out how I'm going to sort out the tension rod to account for the change in angle. Complicated, but basically all in the name of a little bit of extra track width now that I've lent the top of the wheel in for the extra camber that this car's got. But yeah, still unmodified. I haven't even fitted an exhaust to it, which is quite amazing, but it does sound pretty fruity. Yeah. Big changes on the GR Yaris. Jay has been busy with this one. KW Club Sports.
Club Sport 3s and SSR. Are they GR or XX GR?
I can't remember what they are, but they are awesome. Yeah, looks really good. We've just done a track day in this. James drove most of the day. I had a few laps in it. Absolutely blown away with how quick it is. It's on 265 AR1s all round. Still standard brakes, but yeah, just the KW Club Sports. Wheels, tyres, some grinding at the back.
a little tickle.
It reminded me a little bit of my M2. It wasn't as bad as my M2, but yeah, it was definitely an optimistic wheel fitment. I think
it's a tyre fitment more
it is,
than wheel. The wheel's sort of made for the car. It's just a 265 all round, maybe not so much.
Yeah, and if you weren't running at this ride height, it wouldn't be so much of a problem. It's also got my seat out of my 964 currently.
Even we're struggling to get one for this.
Yeah, well, basically, we bought a set of SPGs for this because they're just the dream seat to have in everything. And customer wanted them, so we sold them to the customer.
And that was, what, 3-4 months ago?
Yeah. And we sold quite a lot of Recaro recently, but yeah, getting them in on the shelf is very difficult.
So the bride rail as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so we've got the bride rail. Jay's actually done a very cool fitting video of the KW coilovers, which will be... I haven't done it, quite completed it yet, because it's got Starkey in it, which makes it real difficult sometimes. So yeah, he's completed a fitting video for the Club Sport coilovers. I've got to finish editing that, but yeah, that'll be on the shop channel soon. If you don't already subscribe to our shop channel, it's worth a look. Sometimes there's some fun stuff on there as well. What else have we got going on? Lambo, we've done loads.
We've had a quick front end rebuild this year.
Yeah, because I decided that I was going to drive to Bicester Heritage. Which was...
I saw the photo on Instagram, I knew what was going on.
It was, yeah, pure winter, and I did check thinking like, no, it'd be all right, there's no salt on the roads, it's not cold enough for salt.
You don't get up early enough, obviously.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, there was salt on the roads, and it did cause more damage than you'd like to the front end. Or not damage, it just meant that a pressing need to remove the front end and recoat some of the chassis components underneath there now became extremely pressing because stuff was starting to go a little bit brown. So that's been all sorted now. We've also got some, I've made some new billet upper arms for it, which just changed the the angle of the rod end, if I demonstrate, so the rod ends on both the lower arm and the upper arm are now at a slightly different angle. Basically, it was ever so slightly binding the steering when it was at ride height position, and because the nose lift is more extreme than it ever was now, when it's pumped up, it was actually binding it out slightly there as well. So that's all sorted and perfect now. We've just completed another alignment on this. It's supposed to be going to Poland this year. Yeah, it's going to.
If they find a lorry big enough.
Well, that's the thing. They, you know, ask for dimensions and everything on the car, and given them, I haven't heard back. So maybe it doesn't fit on any lorry. Have I done anything else on the Lambo?
No, we've only had the front. We've only had the front off.
Yeah, only done the front basically. But oh no, you've done. We're not going to be able to see them. But part of the problem, why there was such a problem with rust, etc., starting to come through, is because it didn't have arch liners. So Jay's done a pretty miserable but amazing job
It's taken longer than you would ever imagine to make
creating
those.
arch liners out of just basically flat pieces of
sheet,
plastic. But because obviously everything is super complicated and super tight on this car, it was a little bit of a challenge.
With an air duct.
With the air ducts that we 3D printed some. Are they nearly 5-inch, those air ducts for the brakes?
They must be 115 mil, aren't they? Yes,
Yeah.
5 inches.
Yeah, enough anyway. So
4.5, sorry, 4.5.
complicated. And Jay's Steed.
Yeah,
you've seen him out
back here.
Yeah, it's back here, and it's as of last night. It's now got a working clutch again.
Yeah, we had a bit of a failure. 2 E30s broken at Alton last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, a blue one over there.
Yeah. Mine did the classic BMW. I thought the slave cylinder had gone and the plastic ball and the gearbox had snapped off, so the fork had gone all floppy.
Yes, so not the greatest. Got 3 laps at
Maybe 3,
Alton.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Might have been 2. Optimistic 3.
Yeah, mine didn't go too well either, but no, the car is looking absolutely superb. It's and you're enjoying yourself a lot in
I
it,
love
aren't
it,
you?
I really do.
Like the Clio was quick and everything, wasn't it? But it
Yeah,
just...
but there's just something about a car when you put your foot down, even if both front wheels spin, you still plough off the tracks.
Yeah, you'd gone as far as you could go with that thing, really. The limitation ultimately was that it's front wheel drive, and you enjoyed rear wheel drive.
I went to Anglesey in it and I just ploughed round and I thought, I don't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And I like E30s, they're square.
Yeah, and you know, you don't even regret having spent so much money on it. It's
No, I don't think about it. That's how you deal with that.
No, it's beautiful, and you know, it's really obvious watching the videos that in editing them that you are really enjoying yourself in this car. So I'm very happy to see you enjoying yourself. Mine. What? Oh yeah. Spent an absolute age on this after getting it back from Gaz. TGR Bodyworks did an absolutely brilliant job on the repair of the front wing and the damage that was to the side skirt and the door. It's got a new door on it. The front wings, or fenders as some people call them, are just basically remade. So they've got some reinforcement behind them and they're remade for now. So we've still got to have them moulded and make the actual final versions of them, lightweight versions, because these are pretty much full of fiberglass clag at the moment. But they're the right shape, and we checked at Alton that we had enough clearance for these arches, which we don't when one of the suspension arms breaks. I did a huge amount of work to this to basically Jay fitted some new MRT lower arms for me. Super complicated because that's what I thought I had on the car. Turns out I didn't. So I'd only ordered replacement parts. Ended up needing to pretty much order a whole DTM kit.
The whole front suspension kit, really.
So super complicated. Previously on the old setup, the anti-roll bar was mounted to the lower arms. We'd welded on a bracket for that, for the drop links to attach to. I was constantly chasing the need for more front anti-roll bar, so I decided that I wanted to mount, because it uses E36 M3 coilovers, the HSD Monopro coilovers, wanted to mount the anti-roll bar drop links to the coilovers themselves, because basically it increases the force applied to the roll bar by 30-40+%. So basically it stiffens the anti-roll bar without having to go for a heavier bar again, which we'd already done. We'd already modified our adjustable bar to make it as stiff as possible. And it's a blade type adjustable bar. And what did I do to gain a bit of clearance? I tried to tweak one of the blades just a little bit like this, snapped it because it's spring steel, obviously, idiot. And then that was 2 days before we were going to Alton. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do my best here, ground it down, welded it back together, and thought, if I just leave it in the vertical position, it'll be okay. It'll get me through one day. It didn't. It got me through
A couple of laps.
a couple of laps, and then what happened was the blade anti-roll bar snapped, the drop link, which is now attached to the coilover, swung in the way of the lower arm. The suspension compressed, the drop link didn't allow it to, and it basically bent the lower arm in half, my brand new lower arm. And yeah, I mean, that's this side, isn't it? So now, as you can see, maybe a little bit of evidence here. The rear wheel is way back here. It's bent the arm upwards and backwards. So a little bit of back to the drawing board on that. It's my own silly fault for thinking I'd get away with welding something that has that much force on it.
Hey, the positives, we did have flappy gears again, didn't it?
Oh yeah, Jay has finally got the paddles working on the column with lots of help from Bartek from HTG.
Got there in the end.
Yeah, we got there in the end with that. We've still got issues with DCT, but it basically just needs a tune. And I think Bartek's looking at potentially coming and helping us in person at a track day, which would be incredible. Because honestly, I know everybody goes on about this thing, oh, just put a sequential in it. As I've said before many times, I could do. And, you know, there will come a point where if it still kicks my ass, I probably will. But the problem is it won't be as good as this when it works. This is... It's one of the best driving cars I've ever driven. It's one of the most fun, quickest and chuckable, and part of that is the DCT transmission in it. It just works amazingly when it works.
You don't fancy a torque converter like Craig?
Oh yeah, what's he fitting?
What are they?
It's the one that's in Starkey's 335, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember. It's some automatic gearbox.
Yeah.
Is it ZF Auto, is it?
Yeah. Oh, it's probably going to be awesome, but I'm going to let him find that out first, because aftermarket control of auto gearbox in a track car, not sure. I also I did a lot of work on the exhaust, because obviously I set fire to the bumper again last time I used it. It is now, it's got its heat shield back on, vaguely pointing in the right direction, and after whatever I did, 10 laps, didn't set fire to the bumper, so that's also good. I've got some ideas for this. We've still got a load of stuff that we already need to do, but yeah, because, you know, we haven't got enough projects. I got ideas in my head.
I know, it's not this one.
I might update you later. The Mustang, it's out because Jay has been working on it. It's currently on...
Yeah, it's sat on my trailer because I needed the space because I dumped the E30 here.
Yeah, but talking of space, I forgot to say, look, no trailer, no truck. So the trailer left last week, the Pace America trailer, creating a whole load of space for us there, and the truck was bought by a like-minded person, as you'll see by the way that he left our estate when he bought it. So this is him collecting the truck.
No, this is important though. Look, I finally did the exhaust. It comes to the back now like a real car.
It does. And sounds pretty good.
No, it doesn't sound good. It
Does
sounds
it not?
horrible.
But is that just a 5.3 V8 thing, or what?
It's just a raspy, it's just how it is.
Yeah, for now it is, because what's most important is it's got bumpers on it. Has it got the front one?
No, I took it off to fit just the air filter pipe, which is what I'm working on at the moment.
Yeah, but then, I mean, burnouts are imminent, come on.
A month or so, I reckon.
A month?
It's just, every time I look at it, there's more to do. So,
yeah, but give the people what they want.
Yeah, I'm trying. I want to drive it this year.
Also, Jay's done a bit of work on this for me. It was at C&M, Caffeine and Machine, on display for a bit, and when we collected it, had a little bit of a excessive camber issue on the front, didn't it? Yeah, but basically the perished bushes in the upper arms there.
Yeah, the upper arm, the back bush fell off.
Yeah, and it basically just meant that it gave it mega cambors, and yeah, made it impossible to drive or move. So that's now fixed perfectly, so it can just sit there.
Maybe one go in the summer.
Yeah, one or two maybe. You never know, might get keen. The other ones, there's not a lot going on with these ones up here.
We did have that down.
What did we have down?
The M3 to measure something.
What were we? Oh yes, so let's start here. We are going to try and fix the dent in this and sort out the front wheel clearance, because it's got big track destroyer die lower arms on it. and basically it's pushed out the wheels a little bit too much, and we need to sort that out one way or another. S15, SR20 still sounds like a bag of spanners when you start it up.
Yes, it does.
But that's SR20, and I don't trust it at all. So I want to do some driftings in this. Probably somewhere relatively close, because like I said, I don't trust it. This thing, I'm going to get it round to Craig's next door soonish, because we need to pull the engine and probably relap the valves and just check over a few things. Maybe fit the, I don't know whether you can just see it here at the back here. We've got the RHS block there, which is fully rebuilt and ready to go back in, so we might just put that back in it, I don't know.
So you don't have to buy another car?
Or I don't just put it in the S15 and make the internet angry at me again.
I don't know why.
V8.
It'd work, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would probably. Believe it or not, there has been a lot going on good old Vitten. It's not stuff that I can really show you, but the back and forth between me and Celeritech on the 10-1 headers has been extensive, to say the least. There has been so many decisions to make, so many styling things, so many performance-based things, sound-based things, and compromises, because, you know, I love a good compromise. So more of the car is being chopped out to make it work. Only little bits, nothing too serious, but, you know. And also, what did we do? We had to do some measurements on that to get the bonnet clearance.
Remember we had it down this year.
Oh, yeah.
It bonnet clearance.
It's tight, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You'll see the blue GT3s here. I'm not selling it. 970 GT3 is staying, luckily. It's been that long since I last did a video. I think it was the last one I did. Last one was probably the truck being for sale, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the one before that was probably the CSL for sale. So
what was the last one you did where you didn't sell anything? Did you go to Spa? Did you film that?
No, I did film it, but I was in the blue one, and the GoPro footage was washed out, so it was absolutely useless. But the last video was probably me skidding about in the black GT3, which was good fun. So, but that was a while ago. So yeah, back to the action maybe. Yeah. What else is going on here? Toe cut.
Mess is still up there.
Yeah, my practical daily sits here most of its life until I need to tow something, because that's just so much fun. It is so much fun. You know, it's such a silly thing and so extravagant to use as a daily driver, but you know, it's just so much fun. It's everything I'm about. Naturally aspirated, high revving, and it's a bit fancy too, isn't it? So yeah, this comes out for, it's got winter tyres on it. We did that, didn't we? It comes out for the tow job. It sounds naughty for this thing, and for collecting stuff from Gaz's occasionally as well. And you see, I just skipped past this one. You can't skip past this.
No, that's
one of, if not my favourite car.
Your favourite?
Yeah, it's not your favourite because you're about to start working on it again.
No, but I drove it as well.
So, oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I need to find that clip. I'm going to put this clip in of Jay driving this car. You're struggling with that clutch, mate?
Nothing it.
It's so bad, isn't it?
Yeah. You get what you pay for.
Damn cheap triple blades.
Yeah.
It looks good. Nice to see it. I don't get to see it. Yeah, it's a triple plate Aris geek and clutch, and the throttle position sensor on it before was a little temperamental, so it was very difficult to drive. But this is being pulled out today because just before Christmas, oh yeah, there's not really anything to see because it's wrapped up extremely carefully, but underneath here is the newly rebuilt engine from Fern Sport and the gearbox, which I've had checked over, and a different ring and pinion put in. So I've gone for a 4-to-1, I think, on the ring and pinion, so that should make that a bit nice to drive. And the engine, oof, I'm going to have to explain the spec fully in another video, but yeah, it should be absolutely phenomenal. Starkey's yellow mess is going away to a show this weekend or something, apparently, so we need to get that down. He's killed his battery and he thinks he's just going to get away with, thinks he's just going to get away with jump starting it and then everything will be okay, but it needs a new battery.
It needs one every year.
Yeah, it does, I think,
It doesn't learn to disconnect it.
Pretty cold in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of the other things I've also been doing is going through the shelves and shelves of crap. Expensive crap, extremely valuable crap that I've got on the shelves back here, and trying to sort through some of it for sale. So there you'll see original Murcielago wheels are going out for sale, a few of the bits that I'm popping on Instagram from time to time. So yes, there you have it, very quick update. I think that covers probably about 30% of what we've done, because I struggle to remember. There's lots of other stuff going on, like we've got some glass panels. Me and Jay have got to make a new glass division in one of our offices next week, so keeping us busy for at least one day next week.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back on the 964. So yeah, I guess watch this space for 964 content coming your way, all being well. And yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. And again, sorry for the delay. We'll get back to you soon. See you in a bit.